All right, so let's have a look at F. For F, all we have to do is find A in F. What I would do is I would extend, just to make it clear for me. I probably didn't have to extend them. And when you get better at the topic, you probably won't have to do this. But for teaching purposes, I'm extending the line so that it corresponds with what you know about what parallel lines cut by a transversal. So now you can notice now that what A and the 65 are between the parallel lines. Do you see that? A and 65 are between the parallel lines. Now, angles which are between the parallel lines, if you want, mentally, you could block out this information. Mentally, you could block out this information. All right. And that's the way to actually do the question. This information does not have any consideration as it relates to answering the question. So that's all the information I need right now. And what this is saying to me is that A and B are between the parallel lines. Therefore, they are called interior angles. They are both between the parallel lines and they are on the same side of the transversal. They are called co-interior angles. So A, all right, let's write the A above that. A plus 65 is equal to 180 degrees. They are co-interior angles. Then A would be equal to 180 minus 65. A would be equal to 115 degrees. All right, in the diagram below, all right, let me clear this up. All right, put back what was there. In the diagram below, I need to find out what is A first, then B, then C. So I extend that line. I'll also extend that line and this line here. Can everybody see that the A and the 145 are co-interior angles? Can you see it? Without me have to rub out everything else. All right, so I would start by saying that A plus 145 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. They are co-interior angles. Why? They are between the parallel lines. These are the parallel lines. So A and 45 are between the parallel lines and they are on the same side of the transversal. They are both on the right hand side of the transversal. So whenever you have two interior angles on the same side of a transversal, like what you're seeing here, those two angles add up to 180 degrees. They are co-interior angles. So A would be equal to 180 minus 145. A is 35 degrees. B simple. B is equal to 50 degrees. That's alternate angles. Alternate angles. You can see the Z for yourself. And lastly, A plus B plus C is equal to 360 degrees. They are angles at a point. A plus B plus C is equal to 360 degrees. They are angles at a point. So C, I could say, would be equal to 360 minus A, which is what? 115. Sorry, this madness. A, which is 35 degrees, minus A, which is 35 degrees. plus B, which is 50 degrees. And these are angles at a point. So C would be equal to 360 minus 85 degrees. So C would be equal to 275 degrees. C would be equal to 275 degrees. All right, so let's move on to the next two examples. All right, and you have 10 minutes to work them. All right, so now we're looking at H. Now what I notice immediately from looking at this is that this triangle here is an isosceles triangle. How do I know that? Because two of the sides are equal. Now for the isosceles triangle, the two equal sides meet at the apex. Opposite from the apex is the base. And the two base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. So I'm going to say that x plus 56 is equal to 180 degrees. They are the interior angles of an isosceles triangle. That's how I would write my reason. All right. Now x plus x is 2x is equal to 180 minus 56 degrees. So 2x would be equal to 124 degrees. Divide both sides by 2 and we would get x is equal to 62 degrees. 62 degrees. Somebody said it earlier and I agree with them. Y is equal to whatever x is, which is also equal to what? 62, because x and y are corresponding angles. X and y are corresponding angles. So whatever x is, y is the same thing. Over here, if I wanted to, I could use that x plus y is equal to 180. Everybody seen that? X plus z, is equal to 180. There are angles on a straight line. All right, but x is 62, so z would be equal to 180 minus x, which is 62. So z would be equal to 118 degrees. Z is 118 degrees. Let's have a very quick look at I. All right, so we're looking at I. We need to find X, Y, and Z. Here's what I would look at. I would see, can you see quickly that 2x plus 130 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. They are co-interior angles. The 2x, so they are what? They are between the parallel lines and they are to the left of the transversal. So they are co-interior angles. So 2x would be equal to 180 minus 130. So 2x would be equal to 50 degrees. If I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get x is equal to 25 degrees. So next I need to find y. I hope this is clear to everybody that y is equal to 70 degrees. their corresponding angles. I hope everybody can see that. Y is equal to 70, their corresponding angles. I hope also that everybody can see that 2x plus 70 plus z is equal to 180 degrees. They are angles on a straight line. But 2x is 50 from here. 2x is 50. So we have what? 50 plus 50 plus 70 plus z is equal to 180. Therefore, z is equal to, now 50 plus 70 is 120. Positive 120 goes over and become negative. So it's equal to 180 minus 120. So z is equal to 60 degrees. All right. Another question I wanted to do, all right, before we say that we're at the end of this topic, I wanted to do this question. Why? Because it is different from, this is different from the ones we were doing before. So let's have a go at it. We need to find A. Now, if you look carefully, you'll see that in order to find A, I'm going to have to introduce a third parallel line. It wasn't there before, I just introduced it. Now, that third parallel line cuts the angle A into two halves, into two pieces. The top half I'm going to call A1, and the bottom half I'm going to call A2. I hope you can see it. I'm going to say that A1 is equal to 56 degrees. And I want you guys to replay the video and have a look at this. They're alternate angles. A2 is equal to 50 degrees. If you can see it, that's my Z. This is 50 degrees. They are alternate angles. But how did we get A1 and A2? We got A1 and A2 when we cut A into what? In 2. So it means that A would be equal to A1 plus A2, which would be equal to 56 plus 50. A, ladies and gentlemen, is 106 degrees. B and C won't be so difficult. Now, B plus 50. Please note that there are two sets of parallel lines in this question. The double arrows are also indicating parallel lines. B plus 50 is equal to 180. They are co-interior angles. B is therefore 180 minus 180 minus 50. So B is equal to 130 degrees. And lastly, C plus B is also equal to 180. They are co-interior angles as well. B is 130, so C would be equal to 180 minus 130. So C would be equal to 50 degrees. So B and C are co-interior angles because they are between these two parallel lines and they're on the same side of the transversal. All right, so I want you guys to go over this question and ensure that you fully understand it. But this question marks the end of the topic. All right.